Welcome back to Grammar Grade 6. This is Unit 3, Lesson 21, and today we're chasing down some of the trickiest, most stubborn verbs in English, the irregular ones. Most verbs are polite. They follow the rules. But a small crowd of very common verbs refuse to line up. And if you've ever wondered why we say, I went, instead of I goed, this lesson is for you. Let's dive in. First, let's remember how most verbs behave, so the odd ones stand out. The great majority of verbs are regular. To make the past and the past participle, you just add the ending ed. Watch how tidy this is. Walk becomes walked, and walked again. Paint becomes painted, and painted again. It's the same simple ending every single time, so you never have to think twice. Regular verbs are the easy, well-behaved crowd. Now meet the rebels. An irregular verb is a verb that does not add ed to make its past and past participle. Instead, it changes in its own special way. Think about go. We don't say goed, do we? We say went. Or swim. We never say swimmed. We say swam. There's no neat little rule you can apply to all of them, so the honest truth is you just have to learn each one. The good news is that most of them are words you already use every day. Before we collect our irregulars, here's the frame you'll hang them on. Every verb has three key forms. The base form is the plain verb, the one you'd look up in a dictionary. For example, sing. Today I sing. The past form stands on its own to talk about the past. For sing, that's sang. Yesterday I sang. And the past participle is the form you use with a helper like have or has. For sing, that's sung. I have sung. Base, past, past participle. Say them in that order, and irregular verbs get a whole lot easier. Let's sort our irregulars into friendly little groups. In the first group, one vowel changes as you move from form to form. Listen to the pattern. Begin, began, begun. Hear it? An I, then an ah, then a oo. Drink, drank, drunk. Same music. I, ah, oo. Swim, swam, swum. Once more. I, ah, oo. In this whole family, the middle vowel sound does all the changing, while the rest of the word stays put. If you can hum that I, ah, oo tune, you've got several verbs at once. The second group is a gift because it's easier than it looks. In these verbs, the past form and the past participle are exactly the same. Learn one and you've got both. Teach becomes taught and taught. Buy becomes bought and bought. Sleep becomes slept and slept. So whether you're saying she taught us yesterday or she has taught us for years, the word taught doesn't budge. When the last two forms are twins, your job just got cut in half. Here's the single most useful signal in this whole lesson. Whenever you see a form of have in front of the verb, that's have, has, or had, it's a trigger. It tells you to reach for the past participle, not the plain past form. So we say, she has sung, using the participle sung, and we had begun, using the participle begun. Picture have, has, and had as a little doorbell. The moment one of them rings, the past participle has to answer the door. Spot the helper, then grab the participle. Now let's dodge the mistake almost everyone makes at some point. You'll hear people say, I seen the movie. But seen is a past participle, and a participle can't stand alone. It needs a helper. So there are two correct ways to fix it. If you want that helper feeling, say, I have seen the movie, with have plus seen. Or if you just want the plain past, drop the helper and switch to the past form. I saw the movie. Either one is fine. The one thing to avoid is a lonely participle like seen or begun or sung sitting there with no helper beside it. Let's boil it down to a quick check you can run on any irregular verb. Step 1. If there's no helper, use the plain past form, like sang or went or bought. Step 2. If you see a form of have, that's have, has, or had, switch to the past participle, like sung or gone or begun. So the whole trick is listen for the helper first, then pick the matching form. No helper means past. A helper means participle. Ready to try a few together? In this first set, each sentence has no helper verb, so you'll need the plain past form of the irregular verb. Read each one, pause the video, and try it yourself before I give the answer. Last night, the whole choir blank beautifully. Is there a helper like have or had in front? No, there isn't. So we use the plain past form, and the past of sing is sang, not sung. Last night, the whole choir sang beautifully. The answer is sang. Grandma blank, us a cozy quilt for winter. Careful, because make is irregular, so it never takes ed. We don't say maked. The past of make is made. Grandma made us a cozy quilt for winter. The answer is made. The swimmers blank across the lake at sunrise. Look for a helper. There isn't one, so we need the plain past form. The past of swim is swam, and swum is the participle we'd only use with have. The swimmers swam across the lake at sunrise. The answer is swam. Now each sentence has a helper, have, has, or had. That's your trigger to reach for the past participle. Pause and pick the correct form before I answer. The concert has blank, so please find your seats. There's the helper, has, so this is a job for the past participle. The participle of begin is begun, not began. The concert has begun. The answer is begun. Ms. Ortega has blank, art for 20 years. Teach is irregular, so it never becomes teached. After the helper has, we use the participle, and the participle of teach is taught. Here, it also happens to match the past form. Ms. Ortega has taught art for 20 years. The answer is taught. By dawn, the campers had blank, every drop of cocoa. The helper here is had, so once again we reach for the participle. The participle of drink is drunk, not drank. By dawn, the campers had drunk every drop of cocoa. The answer is drunk. Let's wrap up what we learned. Irregular verbs don't add ed. Instead, they change in their own special ways, sometimes swapping a vowel, sometimes reusing one form for two jobs. The safest move is to learn all three forms of each verb, the base, the past, and the past participle. And never forget the trigger. Whenever you see have, has, or had, switch to the past participle. Master these common irregulars, and your sentences will sound sharp and correct. Nice work today. I'll see you in the next lesson.